Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to some more Infinifactory. Let's go ahead and do some more puzzles here. Alright, Sky Dock, we are... is it shuttle propulsion? Is that the one we're on? Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, what do we got here? So we got something that I haven't seen before coming out of that. I don't know if that actually means anything. Looks like we gotta weld them together. Are they tubes? Ooh. Hello.
I can't believe I'm here. On another planet. With aliens. This is amazing, Claudia. Amazing! I can't get over it. The crash at Roswell. The lights over Lubbock. The sightings in Washington, D.C. All the way back to ancient times. Jerusalem and Rome. It was them. The pyramids. Stonehenge, Atlantis. Atlantis is real, by the way. It was all their doing. It must have been. Look at this technology. It's just what was needed to move those massive stones. If only Claudia was here to see this.
Okay, I'm thinking about how I need to do this. I need to set up some kind of system that will split off... okay, hold on, let me, do this slightly differently. Basically, what I think I need to do is I need to make it so that you have three that somehow trigger two of them. Actually, I think I know it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna have them all pile onto this thing, right? And then I'm gonna have three of them go this way. Okay, so there will be 5 of them on here, and then I'll have a thing where once one of the blocks gets here, a piston will push these two off and they'll go somewhere else. Yeah, I think this is right. So let me set up the pistons. Actually, we're gonna need to do that first. And then we'll have our pistons right there, which will be activated. If I'm thinking of this right, I think this one's actually a pretty simple puzzle here. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is right. And then let me just see this real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm not a complete idiot. And that these do in fact work just like normal blocks. Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. Of course, this does need to do that. And then those will go off on their own thing where they'll get welded separately. Bam. Alright. So, the welding of those can now happen just right here. I think this is just fine. Alright, they'll get welded, and then we'll need to send them down this way. Where they can just show right on up over here. Let me just make sure those are gonna happen exactly the way I need them to. Trial and error is what's going on here. Right, and those are welded, and I just want to make sure that this happens perfect. It does. Okay. Now these ones need... Should I just have them get welded right here? I'm just gonna have them get welded right here, actually. I think that actually makes sense. So we're gonna do this. They'll just get welded right there, and then this last one can actually be a conveyor going down. That just places a block down there. Alright. Let's see what we got going here. I think this is victory. I mean, obviously it's not going to be victory, but you know what I mean. Yes! This one was actually pretty easy. I'll go ahead and say this one was pretty easy. I just stood on the thing. Yes. Absolutely. Although it does take forever. Alright. Nailed it. Okay, that was just right. Actually, that was slightly easy, but we'll go ahead and go with just right on there. Because it was only slightly easy. Wave detection array. Let's do it. Wave detection array. This is 2 new blocks that we're dealing with. I don't know what they do, but... So... Is it possible that they, like, automatically weld to each other when they're next to each other? Go back up there. I almost fell. I'm very curious, so I'm just going to put them right next to each other. That's exactly what I'm going to do. No, they don't. I have no idea what the properties are of these blocks and why they act the way that they do. However, I do need to make it so that these blocks, how do I do this? Okay. So I'm gonna have you go on to, actually it would make more sense if I put you in a more central location. Yeah. Move you over here. Rotate you around. Okay, and then you'll pop right on there. Oh no, that's not gonna work because he needs to come from the side. It'd be nice if there was a block that would, like, rotate so that I could have this one come up to the... whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll just do this then. This makes more sense. This actually makes way more sense. And then this one will just come down over here. I guess do that for now. This one is going to be a little more complicated. I don't think it's necessarily going to be hard. I think it's just going to be a complicated one. So then those two would go together. This is all wrong. Okay, hold on. This one needs to split off occasionally. So that shows up, like, what is it, every 5 blocks? So I think the way to have those split off every once in a while is to have a sensor right there that would activate a piston over here. Yeah. I want to make sure my spacing is right though. Yes, and then those would split off and they would have to go in 2 different directions. I would eventually put them next to this guy. But then what's throwing me off is then I have to split those ones into 2 more, which is going to take forever. Even when I do get it done, it's going to take it like 5 minutes to actually do the thing. So then we have that one going this direction. That can go down. Okay, hold on, let me... I want those to end up meeting each other. So if I have this one like curl around, actually that made sense. I don't know why I did that. If I have this one like curl around a little bit, and this one didn't. Well, let me... I want them to like both arrive at the same... Oh, god damn it. Arrive at the same point kind of at the same time, which would allow me to weld. That was almost right. Okay. They still need to remain out front though. So, what I can do... This will work. This will work. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to have this one go kind of... Oh, hold on. That's wrong. This one needs to go, like, around. Which would then meet, like, right here. And then if this one came... No, I go straight. I'm just toying with a few ideas. It's not necessarily, like, my plan. Like, this is gonna work. Like that, and then they're together, right? I think the idea of having one of them go around, actually kind of helps. And the fact that they put it on a lower platform kind of confirms this idea, I think. So, well, if this one goes straight to right there. Well, if this one goes straight to right there. This one, though, will curve around. No. One more. It'll curve around. Where does this get us? Ah, god damn it. Alright, I think the timings are relatively good, but this one needs to take a vacation on the way there. By at least a couple blocks. The idea is that they all get to the same point at the same time. Now he's still early. So we'll just hold on. How's that timing work? He's still early. Alright, so we go boom, 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 boom. How about this? I'm sure there's a far easier way. Okay, we are definitely doing that right, but then we gotta get one of these guys to take just slightly longer. I don't know, that may be one too many. That's one too many. I don't know how to make that work then. How do I make this work? Where it takes one less time to get there. Okay. Well, maybe the... Oh, you know what? We don't need to do it. There's another way. There's another way I just thought of. So these will drop down. We'll have them come down 2 blocks. Like this. And then they'll land there. And then they'll fall because they're not connected to anything. So we'll do this. And then we'll do it so that there's a sensor. I feel like I'm doing this all the wrong way. There's gotta be a much easier way of doing this. I feel like I'm definitely doing this the wrong way. But then they all get down there, so I can weld them that way. No, there's gotta be an easier way of doing this. Alright, we're scrapping this idea. We're doing something else.